And I made a decision that I wasn't going to go back on the road again for any length of period of time unless I was the artist. So I kind of formed my own band with the keyboard player, Ro. We used to play on the Spirit of Washington. So we did that for many years, starting, I guess, from about 98 or so. And then we decided we wanted to form this funk band called Blue Funk. So we started doing that. But meanwhile, I had been teaching, and I love education, to share the music and the love of music with others as much as possible, because it's just, music has been such a great experience for me in my life.
Greetings from Columbia, Maryland, where we are recording Razzle Dazzle Radio, a show brought to you by Howard Community College. I'm Carolyn Kellerman, and I'm here with my co-host, Judy Templeton. Today's show is all about music in the air that surrounds us and makes it a wonderful winter coming. But during this chilly winter of our discontent, hey, baby, it's cold outside, we turn to William Congreve's famous words, music soothes the soul, for our winter show with the theme Music is in the Air. And what a musical season this winter of 2025 will be. From bluesy jazz with Howard County's own award-winning genius, Damon Foreman, to Columbia's downtown hotspot, Encore Collective. So we want to meet our guests, Stacy Simmons and Randy Smith from Encore Collective, and the great musician, Damon Foreman. Take it away, Judy.
Oh boy, I am with some rock stars today. Okay, so let's start with talking to Stacy and Randy. And Stacy, is your last name Simmons or Samaras? I saw two different names.
Samaras.
Samaras.
Okay. I couldn't be Stacy Smith. It just wasn't going to happen.
I don't blame you. Okay. All right. Let's take a walk to my favorite place in Columbia. That's down at Lake Kittamaqundi. That is the heart of Columbia. Couldn't be a better location. Yes, we can say it now, the former Clydes. And after everybody got done mourning the loss of Clydes, it turns out that we have the most amazing place that has replaced it. And it has interesting names, so it's the Offshore Collective is the restaurant and the Encore Collective is the concert hall. If you have not been in the concert hall, shame on you, because it's like walking into a New York City concert hall. That was the feeling I got. I absolutely love it there. And on top of the absolute variety of all the artists is truly amazing. From local stars like Damon, and then all kinds of mediums and special shows and medleys and cabarets. It's really quite something. So at the heart of making that magic happen are Stacy and Randy. And so tell us a little bit about how you both arrived there and some of the exciting performances we can expect before we talk to one of them coming up.
How did we arrive here? Well, so the company that I work for, I'm a defense contractor, and the company I work for, their office space used to be right next door to Clyde's.
Aha.
And we used to, I'd have meetings over there once a week with my boss, my CEO, and typically after our meetings, we would go down to Clyde's for happy hour. So I loved Clyde's. It's been going there for years.
We all did.
And then when we found out that it was closing, during the 2020 COVID pandemic, we were quite sad. But then Stacy and I started talking and thought, maybe this is an opportunity. We had played in the Soundry before. Our band Foreplay played in the Soundry. Mm-hmm. And we felt like that was a room that Columbia needed, that type of room. And we loved it. So we were disappointed when they closed, but then we thought, maybe this is an opportunity. How do we make this happen? And so Stacy started digging in a little bit and contacted Howard Hughes, and we had a few discussions. Started coming up with some ideas for.
Next thing we know, we own a restaurant and a music venue.
Next thing we know, we own a restaurant.
Be careful what you ask for, huh?
Yeah, the concept was, like you said, it's two different things. Offshore is a kind of a coastal themed restaurant, and then Encore is a venue, right? A performance venue. And so we're like, well, these are two different things. Thus the name The Collective. We are collectively running those. So
right. Yeah. So just to clarify, Judy, the business is The Collective. So you have The Collective, Offshore is the restaurant, Encore is the music venue.
Right.
Yep.
So, and if you notice on our logo, you'll see in Offshore, the O is a buoy. In Encore, the O is turned around and it's a microphone. So those are our marks that really tell us. We felt like this was a collective business in a collective community. That's why we loved that term of phrase. We always felt like Clyde's and the Soundery was disjointed. People didn't know that
Correct.
they related.
Yep.
And so I come from a marketing background. I really wanted it to resonate that it is one restaurant and venue, and they're both together as the collective.
Right in the heart of Columbia. So
Yeah.
it just all works.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
like a
So
win-win-win.
sometimes change is good, right? When you
Oh.
we loved Clyde's because we all loved Clyde's, but we do see ourselves as the taking this into the next generation. We're taking this iconic space leading it into the next generation.
Well, if we
Sure.
haven't learned that change is good by now, we're not going to learn it, right? So,
Right.
well, thank you. Thank you both for doing that, because I'm quite sure that's a gift that's kept on giving, because I can't imagine how many hours a week that you all work to keep that going. So,
Well, so just a little bit extra. So again, Stacey and I were in a band. Neither one of us had restaurant experience.
No.
So, and Howard Hughes is like, whoever takes this is going to operate both of these things. They're going to operate a venue and a restaurant. So we had to find a restaurant partner, and that's Josh and Joyce Butts, who own the Hoko Brew Hive up in Howard County. And so we had known them because that's our kind of a little local jaunt for us.
Yeah.
And we started talking to him about it. And he's like, hey, I can do this. I've worked big restaurants before. And so that's how we got the restaurant partner part of it.
And Demishan, who you know is our GM,
Yep.
is also our partner. We've known him for years. He was one of my first calls when I was looking at the space, and he had been with Clyde's for 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
And I said, if we do this, are you coming back to help us? And he's like, absolutely. So it's not just us. Randy still has his day job. So
that's amazing.
yeah, but it's kind of Josh and Joyce and Demishan really run restaurant operations, and I kind of run Encore operations. So it's a perfect match, really is.
Yep, evidently, because it sure is working. And Demishan has been on our show before and comes on. Usually we get him on in May to talk about all the summer happenings that happen down at the restaurant and, of course, at the Encore. And so it's a pretty special place, and you guys are making it special. So before we hear about some of the other guests and what we can expect for some cool performances for 2025, let's meet a real live one right now. And he is a real live one too, for sure. So Damon Foreman, you are a legend here, and I just adore you. And I got to tell my story about us. We knew each other just a little, but I do feel a little responsible in a good way that I introduced his wife, Mary Ellen, and him at Wine in the Woods. And way back when, and I won't say when, I was MC at Wine in the Woods, and I had this fabulous job of meeting the musicians when they came in. And she was there, and the rest is history. So we go way back, and Damon is a force. He really, really is. He has his own music school, studio, his own band. He travels all over. As he said, I don't know, he's hardly ever been home for New Year's Eve. He works continually, but the thing that he does is he loves his job. He loves what he does, and it's so apparent. So he has a performance coming up. So I believe that's January 25th, Damon, is that correct?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well, talk to us. Tell us about your world and what's going on.
All right. Well, let me start off by talking about Encore and the Collective. The day that you guys opened, I was there. I was there for dinner.
All right.
And I'll tell you what, I love this place. So we're going on a third performance, maybe fourth. I don't know, something like that. I've been there for a couple of private events too. But I'm also bringing along with me one of the guys that teaches, who was one of my former students, who used to teach for me, but he has his own band. So they're called Soul Tech. So the two of us are going to be performing on that date on the 25th. So it's pretty cool.
Oh,
So
that is cool.
I'm going to go back in history a little bit. So
Okay.
your story is pretty correct, although Mary Ellen hired me to do the sponsorship dinner for Wine in the Woods. That's really how we got together.
Okay.
And I keep reminding her that I was the best hire she ever had.
Well, I just remember that you were there and she was there, and one of you expressed a desire to meet each other or whatever. So
Well, that might have been just a little bit before, yes. So, where what really facilitated our getting together is when the Howard County Arts Council, where I used to do a lot of the cultural arts type of things in the schools. So I had a jazz program, jazz history program. So I did that, and Jeff, I forget his last name, was the Mary Ellen supervisor. And he said, well, you need to meet this guy. So meanwhile, our worlds had been kind of percolating on different spaces, and we finally just kind of got together. So anyway,
I guess a lot of people wanted you together, and you just followed it after that, right?
Yeah, we said, well, might as well. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and do this. So a little bit about my story. I'll make it real short. Back in the day, I've been playing music since I was 4. My father was a pianist, and so I started on piano then. And he was a concert kind of doing classical music, and they kind of pointed me in that direction until I saw Jimi Hendrix on TV, and that was it. So I said, I want to be that guy. Yeah. And if you come to my studio, it looks like a shrine to Hendrix. I got Hendrix like everywhere. You can even see him in the back on my back wall. Anyway, so I started playing guitar and piano, much to the chagrin of my mom. Went to school. She insisted that I get something that I can make a living at. So I got my degree in chemical engineering. And so I did that for a number of years, I guess about maybe 14 years or so, until I just had a moment when I looked at myself in the mirror and said, is this what you want to do for the rest of your life? The answer was a resounding no. Now, all this time I'd been still performing and teaching and stuff like that. But then I dove full force into it in 1995. And so before that, I'd done some tours and stuff. So I had an opportunity to tour with Ashford and Simpson. And then I was out with Mary Wilson for a while. And then I was out with this other artist, Sister Monica. And then brief history with Whitney Houston. And some, that was, kind of, I was always the side guy on the side musician. And I made a decision that I wasn't going to go back on the road again for any length of period of time unless I was the artist. So I kind of formed my own band with the keyboard player, Ro. We used to play on the Spirit of Washington. So we did that for many years, starting, I guess, from about 98 or so. And then we decided we wanted to form this funk band called Blue Funk. So we started doing that. But meanwhile, I had been teaching, and I love education, to share the music and the love of music with others as much as possible, because it's just, music has been such a great experience for me in my life. And, I know I'm preaching to the choir here. It's equally a joy for me to share it with others. And I've had students that have gone on and done really great things. I have students that are neurosurgeons. I have students that have become lawyers. Students that are in the arts are actually touring with different major artists and stuff like that. So it's really great. So I think in Howard County, I probably taught about 10,000 students over the time that I've done it. So I've been in and out of the public school system. I taught for a while at Hammond High School, and then I taught at Wild Lake. And I think I decided that I wanted to kind of do it on my own because I'm not a good employee. I kind of like doing it. I like kind of doing it my way.
We're kind of all free spirits in the arts. Let's just face it.
So to bring it to today, I still am. I'm not touring as much. I mean, I perform regionally, some Virginia, some Pennsylvania, maybe an occasional New York, but mainly here in this area because there's opportunity. There's so much opportunity here, and I end up making way more money staying here than I ever made on the road because I end up spending it all. And it's probably very hard to believe, but I'm a bit of a party animal. I know you couldn't believe that, but
I already knew it, so no secret to me.
I tend to spend a little money when I'm out kind of hanging out, So at the end of the tour, they subtract all that stuff from what you spent. It wasn't.
Why should you go anywhere else when we have everything here?
Well, absolutely correct.
There's just I don't think there's anywhere better. I mean, the continuing themes that come up on this show is Carolyn and I always agree that, first of all, we're so glad that we love and have the arts because the arts are the healer. They'll take you away from something. They make you happy. And we have such a plethora of the arts right here. And now to have the encore, I mean, it's just like amazing, So yeah, when you can get enough work right here, why would you want to get anywhere else?
Yeah. Makes no sense.
And actually, Damon, I know that when we spoke, that you also have a little accolade here about some songs that you've had accepted into a Netflix movie. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. There's a movie called Meet Me Next Christmas, and they've picked up 2 of my songs that are in this movie. It's actually showing right now. So it's a fun little Christmas movie. It's kind of Hallmarky, love song. It's the Pentatonics are in it. So
Watched it last night.
did you?
I did. I was like, wait a second. He's talking about with Christina Milian?
That's right. That's the one.
I love it.
So there was a song when he went to pick up the tickets, and the guy ended up being like a, kind of shyster guy, and she sprayed him.
Yeah.
In the background, you heard this song saying, "They call me Midnight Santa, 'cause I only travel in the dark." That was me.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh,
that's one of my motion picture credits.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
you
that's
got one, so that's great.
I got
That's
one
fantastic.
and constantly working on other ones. So it's that's very fun and very exciting. It's very exciting.
That is very exciting.
And I want everybody to come out on the 25th too to hang out. I just want to talk about Encore and Collective for a second. They have great wine. They have.
We hadn't even thought to promote that yet.
My favorite wines, and then plus the food is just off the chain. And then the nobody makes calamari like Collective does. Nobody. And I just had calamari at Nick's Fish House for a gig that I did on Saturday. It was terrible in comparison. I mean, not the diss Nick's, but
I guess we won't get them on the air. I'm personally a fan of their old fashions, but anyway.
Oh, yeah.
no, they're actually good, but they missed the mark on that one. But anyway, I'm so excited whenever we have an opportunity to get together and perform and and just hang out at Encore, because everybody there is so awesome.
Right.
And gotten to know all the crew there, and we all hang out, and then we also do some Friday nights coming up in January, so Friday Night Jazz. We were doing jazz here on Wednesdays for a while, but we're going to do not jazz. It's kind of more pop, right? The Friday night thing. But
Yeah, we do Friday Night Live in the restaurant in Offshore's bar. So from
Oh, I had forgotten all about that. Thank you.
6 to 9, right, Damon? It's 6 to
6 to
9.
9.
Yeah, 6 to 9 in the Offshore bar every Friday night except for December, because we have the carolers. We have the Wildlife student Christmas
that's cool.
that are there on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays through December. So, but the Friday Night Live picks back up in January. So every Friday, and it's great because it's really geared towards, if you're coming to a show at Encore, you can hit the bar and Offshore beforehand and hear some great music.
And warm up.
Yeah, and warm up.
You warm up. I love it. That is fabulous.
Pre-game.
Pre-game.
Carolyn, I know you were wanting to ask something. What were you getting ready to ask?
Jumping in here because I love talking to Damon and our guests. It's really fun. I'd like a little bit of petite histoire, otherwise known as gossip. Favorite performer celeb that you've worked with?
The biggest one? Well, let me see. I'll tell you one of the most fun one was Aaron Neville. Because he's so chill, but I mean, he's this big dude that, he looks like he's got this hard exterior, but man, the guy is so funny,
Looks like a football player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love his voice. Love his voice.
Oh, I know. And you would never expect that voice coming from
Yeah.
this big guy. So he was a blast. And then I had a lot of fun with Al Green, too.
Oh,
Oh,
let's
like
spend the night together, huh?
Yeah. So I'm actually putting together, it'll probably be ready in the summer. I'm doing an Al Green tribute.
Oh
My
nice.
gosh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Better get that at the Encore.
We'll book that. We'll book that.
Okay.
We heard it here, Damon. We
There you
just
go.
Okay. So I have to, Carolyn, we have to answer your question too, because
Sure.
Randy and I have a very interesting story, because remember, on the side, we're also musicians. So we are in a 70s rock tribute band called Foreplay based in Ellicott City. And we had a crazy thing happen to us in 2008. Well, we got married in 2008. So we had two crazy things happen. 2008. Right before we got married, Randy was turning 40, and I surprised him with tickets to Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp in
nice.
New Orleans. And of course, I'm not just going to buy a ticket for him. I bought a ticket for myself too.
Singers.
Or-
Singers.
So we both went down to New Orleans for this Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp experience. It was amazing. In our band, I was singing, Randy was on drums. We had Kip Winger on bass. We had Mark Hudson from the Hudson Brothers on, what was Mark? Oh, was he with us there?
Yeah.
He was with us there. He did everything.
He was kind of coordinated.
He did everything. And Elliot Easton from the Cars on guitar.
Oh, fun.
So we played a show at the House of Blues with this ragtag band that we just practiced with all day. We did like 3 or 4 songs. It was so much fun. Well, the story goes on. That year, Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp was on tour for the entire summer. So they were in Baltimore. They hit everywhere throughout the country. And they had this contest that they videotaped every single band that performed. And then they put it on their website, and the band that got the most votes for best band won an all expense paid trip to Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp in London.
Oh, wow.
Our band won.
Nice.
We were like, what the? And this was what was it, a week after we got married, or a week before? 2 weeks.
2 weeks before.
2 weeks before we got married, we were on a cruise. We had no idea that this was going to happen. We won, and we were like, well, we have to go. So we got back from a cruise one night and flew to London the next day. So our band in London, I mean, it was just crazy. The people we met, and the guy from Rolling Stones, Bill Wyman from the Rolling Stones, Nick Mason from Pink Floyd. We recorded in Abbey Road. We're technically Abbey Road recording artists.
Wow.
2 or 3 days in Abbey Road. Our bass player was Neil Murray from Whitesnake, who was awesome. And we went and saw Queen, and with Neil was the backup bassist, Damon, for when they played Wembley with Paul Rodgers fronting them.
Nice.
So, of course, we go together in the cab with Neil. We get there. Neil goes backstage. Randy and I don't. But, gosh, the guys from, who else was there that we met? Oh, Todd Rundgren. Todd Rundgren actually sang with us. I'm looking at a picture. Bill Wyman, Nick Mason, Todd Rundgren. We met Pete Best. We went up to Liverpool and played at the Cavern Club. Met Pete Best. I mean, insane. It was such an amazing experience. So
all from that one little great gift. That was a gift that kept on giving, for sure.
Man, it was the gift that kept on giving.
You guys had a tumultuous beginning of a relationship, I have to say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was great.
That was fabulous.
It was great.
Oh,
That
my
was our honeymoon.
Yeah, that we decided that to be our
We
honeymoon.
didn't go on a honeymoon after
We
that.
were so tired.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you did a pre-honeymoon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh,
There
yeah.
you go. Oh, that's so exciting, man.
It was
That is
crazy.
seriously.
It was pretty crazy. It was.
It was
Thank you for those little petite histoire, as I like to call them.
Sure.
Yeah, great. I'll ask-
Ashante. So let's not leave without hearing some other events that are coming up at the Encore. So can you give us a little preview?
Sure.
And of course, right now, everybody mark January 25th, though, for Damon. Please
Absolutely.
Put that in ink on your calendar. I will
Yes.
absolutely be there, Damon. So
Yes. Well, a couple of big things that are coming up. We are doing a big thing on Christmas Eve in offshore. So we're doing a buffet brunch during the day, and we're doing a Christmas Eve dinner. So we have a DJ doing Christmas tunes during the brunch, and then we have the Wild Lake High School carolers coming in from 5 to 7. They do tableside carols on Christmas Eve. They also are
That
doing
is
it that whole
beautiful.
weekend. Yeah, they do Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Actually, they'll be doing Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday. So from 6 to 8 on the regular day, the other nights, and 5 to 7 on Christmas Eve itself. And then, of course, we have our big New Year's party, which sold out last year. We're on track to sell out again this year. Get your tickets before the 23rd. The price increases on the 23rd. It's a limited number of people. It's a VIP experience. We throw great parties, and our space is so perfect for this type of party because it's basically all access between offshore and Encore. We have the Bachelor Boys Band, which is a phenomenal wedding type event band. We bring in a dance floor in Encore. So you have that part going on in Encore. Offshore, we have DJ Theory B, who's a local DJ who's great, spinning tunes in the offshore bar. It's a premium open bar, comes with the price, and very heavy hors d'oeuvres. It is champagne toast at midnight. It is awesome. We partner with Merriweather Lake House next door, so a lot of people stay the night over there. So those are the big things coming up next week. We also have, prior to New Year's Eve, we have an annual run of a couple of shows that, and I can say annual now because this is the second year that we've done.
you made it.
We have Jawworks comes in. So local bands, Jawworks is there on the Saturday, the 21st. And then Regal Beagles, who are a bunch of local musicians, including Dave DeMarco, that are doing a yacht rock, it's a reunion of a band that they had years ago, a yacht rock band. They are there on Friday the 27th. And then Kelly Bell comes on Saturday the 28th. So those are the big ones coming up. But you mentioned the Medium. Debbie comes 3 times a year. She's incredible. It's 120. We limit the room. We don't sell tickets in the bar. So it's 125 seats. She sells out every time. She is amazing. To experience that is pretty crazy. Dan Navarro from Lowen and Navarro is here on the 9th. We've got 2 nights of Chuck Brown, January 17th and 18th. Then, of course, we have Damon. We have comedy stunt magician Wes Barker, who's almost sold out. He's at the end of January. 2 nights of Vanessa Collier, local phenom, kind of like Damon. She's at the end of January, the 30th and the 31st. Shamika Copeland, 2 nights. The beginning of February 5th and 6th. Geez. And then Valentine's Day is just off the chart. We've got John Lampkin's putting together a group for love songs for the night of Valentine's. And then Brencore is doing 2 nights, Saturday and Sunday, the 15th and 16th, tribute to Frankie Beverly. So, geez.
Well, if you can't find it here, you just can't find it.
There is a lot. And we're debuting Murder Mystery. We're working with Ovation Dinner Theater. And that debuts, let me just look at my notes. It's March 1st. So we're going to start a series of the Murder Mystery probably once a quarter. Because again, Encore is so perfect for a murder mystery dinner theater type of experience.
Absolutely. And I'm going to mention that you had a fabulous cabaret there in the fall with the theater collective that I was at.
We did.
That was just
We
amazing.
do, and we do that quarterly too. We have a partnership with Fever. So you don't have to go into Baltimore or DC to go to their Fever original experiences. And in fact, a new one they're launching, and we are the test room or venue in Baltimore for their new one, which is, we call it Jazz. So they're going to make, although it's not a stretch to make Encore into a jazz club because it has the makings of it anyway, but they basically, the idea there is to transport you into a jazz club in New Orleans. So they bring in these big street lamps and put them throughout the venue. We also do the candlelight concerts, which is all the jazz done to just with candlelight. 2,500 candles. We also do their Dining in the Dark series. We do that twice a month, which is blindfolded. You have no idea what you're eating.
I have read about that.
It is amazing. It is amazing because they walk you through it too. So you are experiencing the food without seeing it, which is really cool. So they have a lot of programming that, I can't come up with that kind of stuff, but Encore is such a perfect place for it. And again, you don't have to go into the city to have.
You don't have to go anywhere, as we said.
You really don't.
My gosh. Please.
You really don't. Just make your plans to be at Encore on Fridays and Saturdays.
Drive down to the lakefront and just stay there for the weekend. Go over to the lake house, get a room.
Exactly.
We could go on and on. This has been so much fun. And I told everybody in the beginning, here are some real rock stars here. And thank you, Stacy and Randy, for making the magic happen. We needed you. We needed this. And Damon, thank you for just keep on getting up. I can't wait to hear your concert and hope to see you real soon. Carolyn, it's been a blast. So I guess I have to leave, even though I want to hear more. So happy holidays to everyone. Happy 2025. And here's what I'm going to say. I'm just going to say I'll see you at the collective, whichever one, either side.
Got it.
Perfect.
Till next time. Razzle dazzle.
Thank you for having us.
Our pleasure.
Thanks for listening to Dragon Podcasts. Connect with us at podbean.com/dragonpodcasts.